meeting after a few days gap, after a few days break. I thought in this few sessions we can look into another small prakarana, small text called Pratas Smaranam. I suppose you all have learned the chanting. A brief and beautiful prakarana, like Atma Bodha, Drisya Viveka. This is also counted as one prakarana. Many of the prakaranas serve these two purposes, mananam and nididhyasanam. A text like Drisya Viveka, Viveka Chudamani, Panchadashi, texts like these, even though they serve the other purposes of the Shravanam and Nididhyasanam also, but they are predominantly for mananam, for analysis, for dwelling on the teaching. In the process of mananam, one analyzes the Vedanta Vakyas, the teaching, and verify logically for oneself what is taught is valid and it holds good. It is my Purushartha. I repeat, what the Shruti, the scripture, what the Guru teaches is valid. The vision presented is valid, is correct, and it is my Purushartha. To verify that based on reasoning. This is mananam. And the other part of mananam is looking into one's own ideas, notions, conclusions, preferences, prejudices, right? Into all that, have a look into all that. How do I think of, what do I think of myself? How do I look at myself? How do I look at the world, people, etc.? This, my belief, my notion, my idea, I have formed without a due enquiry into its truth, without verifying whether what I think, what my idea is true. Without looking into that, I have concluded. Avichara siddha it is. Siddha, something concluded without vichara, without a proper analysis, proper enquiry, a thorough enquiry. The most common concepts or notions about oneself is that I am a sukhi, dukhi. This we have been seeing any number of times. I am a sukhi, I am a dukhi. That is, I am afflicted by, I am subject to sukha and dukkha. And the hetus, the causes which bring sukha, dukkha are not entirely in my control. This is everybody's experience. Sometimes my own effort brings sukha, Sometimes my effort brings in unwanted dukkha also. And even without my own effort or volition, sukha dukkha also comes, at least as I see now, without my volition. Sukha and dukkha comes. But whether the sukha dukkha is triggered, caused by me, whether the sukha dukkha is because of somebody other than me, whatever it is not in my control fully. I have only some little control only. And I am subject to that, sukha and dukkha. Sukha is welcome, dukkha is not welcome. Nobody welcomes suffering, sadness, sorrow, unhappiness. Nobody welcomes it. So, based on our experiences of sukha and dukkha, and these sukha dukkha experiences happen to be very intimate. My sukha is very intimate, an intimate experience. It is mine. I have gone through it. I have experienced. I, with emphasis, no? I have gone through it. I have seen it. I have experienced it. And because of this intimacy, we take it as our own lot. This is my nature, being subject to sukha and dukkha. Sukhi dukkhi is my nature. This is a conclusion. And another is, I am a doer, karta, and I am an enjoyer, bhokta. Karta, bhokta is another conclusion. Then, I am different from everybody else. I am different from you, I am different from you, I am different from a cow, I am different from a bird, I am different from a table, I am different. I am other than everything else. Why do I think so? Because my pleasure and pain are only mine. Others can understand, others may sympathize with me if I am suffering, but the experience is mine, right? And when I am hungry, I only have to eat. When I have some illness, I only have to take the treatment. Not if I am not different from everybody, everything, then when I feel hungry, others also must feel hungry. Sometimes it happens also. No? See, in Tamil, there is one saying, Unbare kandalum, Urangavare kandalum, Kurukavim. That means, a person sees somebody is eating something. At home, some member of the home, in the home is eating something. Then, others also, particularly youngsters and kids particularly, they also want to eat. Not that they are hungry, they are not hungry, but somebody is eating, so I also want to have a bite. And unbar means the one who eats. If I see someone eating, then I also want to eat. Then, if someone is asleep, somebody taking a nap, somebody is taking rest, then I also feel like resting, taking a nap. This particularly happens at night, at home, no? Some people are sleeping, and then only one fellow does not get sleep. Really a very, very strange experience, strange in the sense, very peculiar experience. I am not getting sleep, all are sleeping. Sound, sleep, sleep with the sound. And someone yawns also, yawning, right? Then many of us also feel like having a yawn. Like these are all exceptional. These are not really, others' experience is mine experience. It is not. Still, in spite of all these little experiences, still I say, my hunger is my hunger only. My thirst is my thirst only. If I were not different from everything else, then everyone must have the same mood, right? Same feeling, same state, but it is not so. And then there is taratamya, there is up and down, there is high and lows are there. Someone is doing well, someone is not doing well, someone is bright, someone is not bright, someone is young, someone is not so young. Differences. Therefore, I conclude that I am different from everyone else. This is the conclusion based on my own experiences, but without analyzing. I have used my experiences to conclude, but without analyzing the experience, I have concluded. Right. It is not without experiences one has concluded. One has some experience. Everybody has experiences, variety of different experiences. But then, without analyzing, looking into the nature of the experience and the nature of, more importantly, the nature of the experiencer. Who is the experiencer? Without looking into that, just looking into the experience alone, without looking into the experiencer, what is the experiencer? Who is that experiencer? Without looking into that, I make a conclusion. I jump into a conclusion that I am a karta, bhokta, etc. So, we have twofold. When we enter Vedanta, we have this twofold visions, twofold understanding, or twofold ideas. One is that Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahman. Ishvara and Atma are one. And I am the Atma of everything. Atma is one. This is the vision presented in the scripture, in the teaching. And on the other hand, my own idea about myself is I am a limited fellow. I am one among many Atmas, right? I am not the only Atma, I am one among many. So we have a contradictory ideas rather, right? Atma is one, Atma are many, like that. So this we have to weigh. Now, in the process of mananam, I look into the teaching and I take to reasoning, proper reasoning, and wherever necessary, properly guided reasoning with guidance. Reasoning with proper guidance, I reason, and then I verify the truth of the teaching. Then my own ideas, my own concepts about myself, my life and world, I relook. I have a relook into that. The experiences don't change. The experiences continue to be the same, or experiences continue, whatever. Experiences continue. My hunger, my thirst, my mind's changing states, these continue. But how I look at the experiences, and rather more importantly, how I look at the experiencer, that I shuffle that. I redo that. My way of looking at myself, that is the experiencer. Thereby, I can come to proper conclusions, not improper, right? Earlier, I came to a conclusion without proper reasoning, without proper analysis. Now, experiences remaining similar or same, I analyze, look into that, and I look into the experiencer, and I make a proper conclusion. In other words, I correct my erroneous notions about myself. So this is the process of mananam. Confirming, verifying for oneself what is taught, the teaching, and correcting one's incorrect notions if there are any incorrect notions about oneself and about the world. This is the process of Mananam. The texts like Panchadashi, right, and Dridrishya Viveka, they all help in this process of Mananam a great deal. Then there are other Prakaranas. This is about the Prakaranas predominantly for Mananam. Even though the text also, those texts have Nididhyasana purpose also, serve Nididhyasana also, contemplation also. But the predominant purpose, predominantly they are Manana oriented. Okay? Then there are texts which are predominantly Nididhyasana oriented. Nididhyasanam is, in the process of Nididhyasanam, one has already gone through, has done enough Shravanam and enough Mananam. Right? It is not that one does Nididhyasana after Mananam only. It is not necessarily that way, but the quality of Nididhyasanam, the quality, the intensity of Nididhyasanam will be profound after thorough Shravanam and Mananam only. It's not that we don't do Nididhyasanam before doing Manana completely. It is not that. In other words, one may do Shravana and Manana and Nididhyasana simultaneously. In one day itself, one may do all the three at different times, right? One may be doing it. But the quality of Nididhyasana is best only when Manana is solid, right? Manana is done thoroughly. Therefore, the Nididhyasana in the process and the text dealing with Nididhyasana, already the process of Mananam has been done, and therefore there is no analysis presented in the Nididhyasana text. Reasoning, example, right, logic, all that is all not cited in the Nididhyasana text. Rather, only the Swarupa, my own nature, the nature of Brahman, is the nature of the world is just presented. And I go through it, I take to the Nididhyasana with the help of the text and with the help of my Guru. I do the process of Nididhyasana, and there are texts indicating how the Nididhyasana process is. How do I do it? So, Pratas Smaranam is a text, as I see, predominantly for Nididhyasana. There are other texts also, Hastamalakiyam, supposed to be written by Hastamalaka Acharya. Hastamalaka, who was one of the principal disciples, chief disciples of Shankara Bhagavad-pada. Hastamalaka's composition, Hastamalakiyam, is Nididhyasana oriented. Also, there is one Swarupa Anusandhanam, another text, Swarupa Anusandhanam. A very beautiful text. All of them are beautiful. Did you go through Manisha Panchakam? There is one called Manisha Panchakam. Manisha Panchakam does both, that is Mananam also and Nididhyasanam also. So, there are texts like this, no? Swarupanusandhanam, Hastamalakiyam. Then one Advaita Makaranda is there. Advaita Makaranda. So, these are Nididhyasana oriented texts. Nididhyasana Pradhana Grantha they are. Now we are going to look into this Pratas Smaranam. In the process of Nididhyasanam, one brings to one's own awareness, integrates the vision, integrates the learning into oneself. Nididhyasanam can be presented, can be seen as the process of integrating the teaching, the truth about oneself into one's own self. Assimilation by contemplation. Contemplation means it's not a one-time affair, it's a process. It's a process. Process means slowly, gradually, right? And continuously I do. And then I grow. The more I dwell on the teaching, the more I assimilate, the more I absorb, more I comprehend, digest, okay? Own. I prefer the word own. I own the teaching. The teaching is me. That's what is taught in the Shruti, what is taught by Guru, that is me, owning that. Remember, like even I am a human being, I own this. It is an integral part of mine right now. I have no doubts whatsoever. I have no confusion whatsoever. I have no ignorance whatsoever. Whether I am a human being, I have no doubts. I am not ignorant about that. And this understanding, I am a human being, this pervades in and through all my activities, all my transactions. Sometimes a human being may behave like an animal, some human being. But even we are all animals. Well, that is no denying that, but then we are human beings also. So, I am a human being, this fact is not lost upon me. I never forget. Even in my process of thinking, feeling, right? My talking, my acting, my interacting, in and through all this, day in and day out, this is part of me. I am a human being, is part of me. This understanding is mine. It is me. Okay? So, this I have been doing since childhood. I have been doing this. I am a human being. As a child, we all learned this. And now, like this feeling, like this confirmation, like this assimilation, I am a human being, I gradually start owning the fact that I am Brahmatma. Sarvam, everything is Brahmatma, I am Brahmatma. I start owning this. Nididhyasana, in that is the process. And therefore, in that process, I keep on exposing myself. I keep on telling myself, reminding myself, bringing to my awareness, bringing into my mind, integrate into my part of my thinking, not even part of my thinking, it is the basis of all my thinking. I start doing that. So, in the process of Nididhyasana, repeatedly my Swarupa, Ishvara Swarupa, Brahma Swarupa is repeatedly pointed out. Right? And this process, this abhyasa is a practice. It's a manasa vyapara, a mental activity, a process of knowing, process of assimilating the teaching, owning. Okay. So, this process of Nididhyasanam, as I keep exposing, I own myself as I am in my true nature better and better. You remember the Polaroid picture, Polaroid camera photograph? The picture becomes clearer and clearer. Like the sweet getting soaked in the sugar syrup, gets sweeter and sweeter till it becomes totally sweet. So too, one has to expose, one has to indulge in this process of Nididhyasana, particularly a mukshu. The seeker has to give time. Time means here mental time to oneself, nididhyasana. This is quality time. Quality time one gives to oneself. The Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, one gives the best quality time to oneself. We owe ourselves, right? We owe to ourselves giving some quality time. Like we owe a lot of things to others. I owe a lot to my parents, my brothers and sisters, my teachers, the society, and to the world I owe a lot. So too I owe something to myself also. Atma Kalyanam. For Atma Kalyana, I owe, it's a duty towards myself. And therefore, one has to, particularly a seeker has to spend time in the process of Manana and Nididhyasana after enough Shravana, after quality Shravana one has to do. The text of Nididhyasana Prakaranas help one understand, help one do the process of Nididhyasana. Okay. Here we have Pratas Smaranam, which is predominantly a Nididhyasana text. Very brief text, just 3 verses. Prataha means morning, dawn, daybreak, early morning. Pratar. Pratar is Prataha. Prataha means early morning. In temperate climates, temperate countries like India, there is this habit, the custom, the practice of getting up early in the morning. So it is suggested that one gets up in a country, in a temperate country like ours, one gets up early, say around 5, 4:30 or 5, Brahma Muhurta, right? It's called Brahma Muhurta. Morning 4:30 to morning 6 o'clock. 6 is the average sunrise time. Average. So 4:30 to 6 is the Brahma Muhurta. And then in Brahma Muhurta one is supposed to wake up around that time. There may be exceptions, elderly people, then children, not well, sickness, people who are sick. Exceptions are there. Others know it's generally, this is the practice. And then this is the Ushak Kala, Pratah Kala, all that. And as I get up, before I got up, I was asleep and I had dreams also. Variety of dreams, funny dreams, then nightmarish dreams, right? Then happy dreams, sweet dreams, all I had. Now after I wake up, the dream is gone, the dreams are not there, or not true. The experience is there, but the truth is not there. And I am not asleep anymore. I have woken up. So, Nidra, sleep, Sushupti. And then Swapna, dream. I get up from these two, Nidra and Swapna. Nidra, in sleep, I am not aware of anything. Nothing exists. In fact, the knower, right, as the seer, I don't exist. The experiencer doesn't exist in sleep. Why? Because the mind, the chief instrument of all perception, all experiences, that is at rest. At rest. Like even on a holiday, no work gets done in the office. Okay? Not that the office is defunct. Not that the office has gone away, vanished. No. Office takes a rest, and then on holidays no work is done in the office. So too it's a holiday, right? A rest, sleep. So I am not aware of anything. In fact, I am not aware of myself also. Where I am, no? Am I alone? Am I in my room? Or am I outside? Am I in the midst of people? Am I traveling? Or am I at home? None of this I am aware. When you travel in train, you can see people happily sleeping. When they are awake, when they are up, they will look up. Where are we? Where have we come? Which station we have come to? Have we reached the destination? What is the time? How long? How many more hours? Is my luggage all right? And all that. How is that? Outside the scenery, all that they look up. But in sleep, nothing. Train is traveling slow, fast, stopped, nothing. You forget, you suspend everything and then go to sleep. Don't know anything. This is a nidra. And then swapna, we perceive a lot of things. It's all our own kitchen, okay? The inner kitchen, mental kitchen it is. Kitchen में खिचड़ी बनता है, खिचड़ी. The kitchen makes up a variety of khichdi. Dream khichdi it makes. Not like our ashram khichdi, the same every day, no? Consistent, very consistent. Good, tasty, consistent. But our mental khichdi keeps on changing. Sometimes sweet, sometimes sour, sometimes bitter. Okay. But then, in most of the dreams, in most of the content of the dreams, it's not as it is. No? It is not as it is. We imagine in our dream we see people, but they look different, right? They do things differently, they behave differently, and they suddenly change forms. A man suddenly changes into an animal, suddenly changes into a table, suddenly vanishes, suddenly changes into somebody else, right? In dreams, variety of things happen. And it is not the true nature of the person I dreamt in the sleep, not necessarily. I dreamt about somebody, but that may not be the true nature of the person. That person may not behave like that, right? That may not be the nature of the person. But in my dream, I woke up. So, we have these twofold states, Nidra and dream. Anyway, we are not into a deep analysis of dream analysis or sleep analysis, we are not doing. Our own experience, that's all. Now, Nidra is not knowing what is, right? And dream is thinking of seeing a thing in the way what it is not, right? In the way as it is not, differently, different from what it is really. So we have this. In dream, we anyatha grahanam. Anyatha means differently, different from what really is, how really it is. Grahanam, perceiving something different from how really it is. Anyatha grahanam, in dream. And in nidra, in sleep, sushupti, there is agrahanam, non-perception, non-cognition. So we have agrahanam and anyatha grahanam. Agrahanam means not cognizing, not perceiving anything. Agrahanam. When I am asleep, there are people, I am there, I am sleeping on my cot, I am traveling, I have my baggage. All this I am not aware of. Agrahanam, total non-perception, non-cognition of all of these things which are there, but I don't cognize. Right? I don't even recognize my own being. I don't recognize. I am asleep, I am sleeping, I am so and so. So a professor of economics in sleep, no, the person does not think that I am a professor of economics sleeping. Okay. Upanishad says, in the sleep, the king, the emperor is not an emperor, right? And a commoner is not a commoner. A man is not a man. A child is not a child. The child notion is lost. The man, I am a woman, that's all not there at all. Right? I am rich, I am famous, I am very poor, I am healthy, I am miserable. None of this is there. What is the difference between my sleep and your sleep? Nothing. Right? There is nothing, no difference whatsoever. Agrahanam. All notions I don't entertain, I don't hold them. I suspend all of them. This is the agrahanam is there. And in dream, there is anyatha grahanam. Taking a thing different from what it is, right? Differently. So, these are the two essential nature of sleep and dream. Agrahanam and anyatha grahanam. The agrahanam is avaranam and anyatha grahana is vikshepa. You might have come across these two, no? Avarana and vikshepa. Avarana is covering. You don't know, you don't see what is avarana. That is agrahana. And then anyatha grahanam, vikshepa, taking things differently, different from what it is, right? That is the vikshepa. So dream is vikshepa, sleep is like avarana, right? Now avarana, when I am asleep, I have avarana. Avarana functions, agrahana functions, avarana shakti, the power prevails over me, right? The avarana shakti, the agrahana is there, non-perception, non-cognition of what is. And then when I have dream, there is anyatha grahanam, that is vikshepa. I assume things differently, different from what it is. Remember, all our experiences are very, very intimate, and because of the intimacy and because of our earlier notions we have, we keep on making conclusions, judgments, right? Estimates, guesses about ourselves, about life, about incidents, about people, about world, okay? A series of anyatha grahana, like in a dream, a series of events, series of incidents, series of occurrences are there in dream. So continuing agrahana, anyatha grahana. So too when the vikshepa shakti prevails over me, the projecting, veiling and the projecting power, the vikshepa shakti functions in me, then I have a series of anyatha grahana. From error to error, right? One error to another error, to another error, like incorrect, incomplete notions, ideas, conclusions about myself and about people, about life, about world, I do. So this is samsara. Agrahana and anyatha agrahana is samsara. Okay? Is samsara. Avarana, being subject to avarana and vikshepa is samsara. Suffering, limitation, smallness, wanting, unfulfillment, unhappiness, discontent, okay? Disharmony, all that, unrest. This is samsara. Now, I had sleep, all right. And I had a dream, all right. Now, 4:30, 5 o'clock, I wake up. Prabodhe. We were seeing in Atma Bodhan, samsara swapna tulyaha ragadveshadi sankulaha swakale satyavat bhati prabodhe sati asat bhavet. In Atma Bodha, we are seeing samsara swapna tulyaha. Samsara is like swapna, ragadvesha sankulaha, filled with raga and dvesha, likes and dislikes. that is me. My life, in samsara, in ignorance, my life is full of my likes and dislikes, expressions of my preferences and aversions. Okay. Ragadveshadi sankulaha. Swakale, in its time, Satyavat Bhati appears as if it is real, true, because of intimacy. So intimate. Like even when I put my finger in fire, I'm singed, that fire burns me, my finger. It's very intimate experience. Because of the intimacy, Satyavat Bhati, it appears as if it was the ultimate truth about me. Whereas, Prabodhe Sati, when one wakes up, Asat Bhavet, like the dream, it becomes Asat, not real. Right? Remember, we don't dismiss dream as non-existent. It is not non-existent, it is not real, that's all. Asat here means not real. Right? So, we see in the Atma Bodha. When I wake up, what happens to dream, what happens to the sleep? Both have gone. I have shaken off the dream and I have shaken off the sleep and I have woken up. And in waking, I know what I see things as they are. At least that's what I should do. When I wake up, I look at a person as the person is, as the person presents. Somebody wearing green shirt, I see the person wearing a green shirt. Wearing a hat, I see the person wearing a hat. As long as the person is wearing that shirt, that hat, I continue to see the person in that same way. Right? Not in like dream. Shirts keep on changing in dream. Not in like dream, but in waking state, as long as the person presents in a way, I look at a person, I continue to see the person the same way. Right? As it is, I am able to see as things are. And also I have awareness about myself also. I am aware about myself, I am awareness, cognition of other things as well as they are. This is the Prabodha. So Prabodha is likened to Jnanam, knowledge, understanding, knowing a thing as it is. Okay? This is Jnanam. So sleep is Avarana, Ajnanam, and then dream is Vikshepa, Anyathagrahanam, projection, erroneous, false projections, incorrect projections, and incomplete projections. Whereas waking is like Jnanam, wisdom, knowing a thing as it is. Now when I wake up, what happens? I am awake to the truth. I am awake to the truth of what is. Okay? A person is, I see the person. The person moves, I see the person moving. As it is, I perceive. So, in Prabodha, the Agrahana and Anyatagrahana vanish. Agrahana is Avarana and Anyatagrahana is Vikshepa. These two go away. And when these two dispel, when these two are gone, my samsara, the samsari notion is gone. Okay? Therefore, Prataha, when I get up, I wake up to the truth. This is the Prataha here. Okay? Spiritual, they say, spiritual awakening. I awaken, I wake up to the truth about myself. This is a Prataha. This is about why the name Prataha here. What is the significance of the word Prataha here? Also, it's true also that when I wake up in the morning, what is my first line of thinking, first line of thoughts? What is that? What do I think about in the morning? It is said that as I wake up in the morning, suggest to myself, tell myself that certain noble things which I want to do, which I want to see myself in the light of that, right? Something noble, something good, something meaningful. So I suggest to myself, ennobling thoughts, right? Ennobling thoughts I deliberately do in the morning. Like, you might have seen this Karagre, seen this Pratas, as you wake up in the morning, there is one shloka, it is suggested. Karagre vasate Lakshmi, Karamule Saraswati, Karamadhye sthita Gauri, Prabhate Karadarshanam. Prabhata, in the morning when I get up, it is suggested that we look at our hands, hold the palms like this and then look at that. My own palms only, but then it is said, Kara Agre, in the tips of my hand, my fingers, Lakshmi, Karagre Vasate Lakshmi. In the tips of my fingers, Lakshmi, the goddess of prosperity, joy, happiness, Lakshmi is there. Karamule Saraswati, at the bottom, at the root of my hand, Saraswati is there, right? So Saraswati, knowing, knowledge, because of which I can discover prosperity, I can enjoy prosperity. Knowledge helps one to discover the prosperity. It's not become prosperous, no. It's not earning money. It's discovering the prosperous fellow in yourself. You are prosperous. The prosperous, I am wealthy. The wealthy, the wheel, the wealthiness, is in the mind. Riches, cash and property and jewelry and whatnot, shares, these are all material, that's external. But you are the owner. I am the owner that is inside, that is you, in you, right? If I do not know that I own these, or even when I know that, I do not feel that I am rich, then I am miserable, I am poor inside within. So, feeling rich, feeling wealthy, prosperous is within. And that comes from knowing, knowledge. Knowledge does not make you into a prosperous person. Knowledge helps you discover the prosperous individual in you. Right? Of course, knowledge tells you, knowledge teaches you, I learn how to do things and then I accomplish a lot of things. I do things. But then, doing that, I earn all right, but then ultimately I discover the prosperity within me. That knowledge ultimately, that is the final purpose of the knowledge, knowing. Any knowledge for that matter. Suppose I know Sanskrit. No, I can be a teacher of Sanskrit, right? That is a knowledge. Sanskrit, then I can teach Sanskrit. And then by that, I can have an earning, I can be useful. I have a satisfaction of being useful, right? The satisfaction is there. And then I get some money, something that I can lead my life. Therefore, knowledge, mule, kara mule Saraswati. And what is the end? Lakshmi. Knowledge leads to Lakshmi. Karagre vasate Lakshmi, karamule Saraswati. And then, kara madhye sthita Gauri. Who is in the middle? Madhye, the middle of the palm. Who is that? Gauri. Shakti. The Kriya Shakti. Doing, accomplishing. Knowledge, Saraswati. Gauri, Parvati, I do, I practice, I learn, I do. And then Lakshmi, the end product, right? The final result, wealth, happiness. So these are the three devatas I see in my own hand. I have the power, I know how to do, I do, and then I get result, and then I enjoy life, right? So Karagre Vasate Lakshmi, Karamule Saraswati, Karamadhye Sthita Gauri, Prabhate, in the early morning as I wake up, Karadarshanam, thinking of this, that I do. My life is in my hands. They say, no, my life is in my hands. I am the decider of my own life. I take destiny, they say. Right? I come with the destiny, with the prarabdha, all right, but then I can go towards my destiny, right? Proper destiny, I can choose. Therefore, I am responsible, I am powerful, I am endowed, I am powerful to know, I am powerful to do, I am powerful to accomplish, achieve, and I am powerful enough to enjoy also, right? Therefore, Kara Darshanam, morning we do. This is a very ennobling thought in the morning. Suppose I have a picture, on the other hand, of some Hollywood actress or Bollywood actress in my bedstead, and then first thing in the morning, I wake up, I look at the blow-up picture of the Hollywood personality. Now, what thinking will I have? What will be my thinking? Karagre vasate Lakshmi Araku. Not a very ennobling thought to start the day with. So they say, the morning what I affirm to myself, sort of affirmation to myself. They say, use this phrase, expression, affirmation. You affirm to yourself that I am happy, right? I am useful, right? I am purposeful. Right? Affirmations. These are all very, very helpful, very powerful affirmations to oneself. So if I do these affirmations in the morning as I get up, that becomes the guiding thinking, right, for my day, right? So that the day, my daytime is guided, helped by this affirmation, healthy affirmations, strong, good affirmations. So therefore, in the morning it is said, you look at things which are noble, which invoke the pleasantness in me, right? Meaningfulness in me, the nobility in me, right? And therefore we look at the sun, look at a flower, look at a child, look at a picture, a form of the God, a form, Vishnu, Krishna, like rather than having a picture of some personality, some film personality, I can have Krishna's picture in my bedstead. So, Prataha, early morning. Start the day on a positive note. Put the right foot forward, right? Put the right foot forward. Start the day on a good note, on a healthy note. Because we have the proverb, no? Well begun is half done. Well begun. If I begin something properly well, then it's as good as half done. Half of that thing is done already if I have begun well. Well begun is half done. So if I begin the day on a healthy note, on a positive note, right? Something with the nobility, with a noble thought in my mind, then half of the day I have taken care of. That is the content of the day, that pervades through that. Therefore, Prataha, always start the day with a positive note on something healthy, something noble. This is the purpose behind Prataha here. If I do it, then it becomes a habit. I habituate myself to this nobility, noble way of affirmation thinking. Then it becomes a habit. Some say, if I do something for 21 days, then it starts into an initial habit. It becomes an initial habit. Suppose I have been getting up at 7 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning. Not that I went to sleep late in the night. I went to sleep at 7 o'clock itself. 7 p.m. I went to sleep. Then even skipping my dinner. Then I get up at 7 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning. So I badly want to change habit. What do I do? 21 days. If I They say it's not rigid figure. No, it's a rough. Suppose first those many days I do, then it becomes an initial habit, a starting habit. Then I continue, I become habituated. That becomes part of me. So if I do this Pratas Smaranam, right? I dwell on this and then it becomes a habit. It's very important to cultivate these habits. And these change my earlier habits, which were formed in ignorance, which were formed in error. Okay? Therefore, I replace the old habits, the unwanted habits. Old here means unwanted habits, unfruitful, unhealthy habits, unfulfilling habits, I substitute them, replace them by healthy habits, fulfilling habits by which I can discover the fulfillment, right? So I habituate myself. So this is the Prata. Okay? It's time. We'll continue this in the evening. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti Shanti